Hey all, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me here. We are going to finish up. I think we're going to see how close we get, but we are going to finish up our koala zipper pouch. We have a little bit more embroidery on it, and then we will be turning it into a cute little zipper pouch. So thanks again for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So this is a special week. This is Koala Auction Week. So we have made a koala quilt made by our whole community. We have 126 koalas that were stitched by you guys and sent to me, and then my mom and I made it into a quilt. We are auctioning off that quilt this week for Australians for Animals, so please click the link below to check that out. We're trying to raise as much money as we can for that, and we also have some koala merch, like our cute little t-shirts, and we have onesies and cute little mugs as well. So check those out. All of the proceeds from that will also be going to Australians for Animals. So thank you guys again for everyone who purchased items and who are bidding on the quilt. I appreciate it just so much. Check out that link below for more info on that. The auction will run through Monday, so end of day Monday. Is when that will finish up. So thanks again, guys. Let's make this zipper pouch. The zipper pouch will actually be given away to one of the people who purchases merch or donates this week for this koala fundraiser. So thank you guys for that, and I'm hoping whoever wins the zipper pouch will really like it, and whoever gets the quilt, I know they'll like that, because that quilt turned out great with all of your guys' work in there. So, all right, let's get this going tonight. Thanks again for being here, everyone. All right, hello again. It is nice to see everyone popping in here on YouTube and on Facebook. So here's our cute little koala guy. So our koala that we stitched. So we're kind of doing it like the t-shirt is. So the koala plus a little heart right there. This is the same koala from the pattern. We just stitched only the head. We didn't do the rest of the body, and we didn't do the little baby koala. I enlarged it 150% just so it's a little bit bigger. And we've been doing all sorts of goofy, fun stitches on it to reflect some of the stitches that people used in the koalas that they sent. So we mixed up some colors. We used 3 different color strands of thread and stitched them together. Same with the nose. These are 3 different colors that we stitched at the same time. We did some turkey work on the ear. That's the little fuzz. And then one other thing, we also colored in his cheeks with some colored pencil. That's pretty subtle, but it's there. I think you'll be able to see it up close. One last fun thing to do yet tonight is the heart. And we're going to do that with beads. So that was a suggestion, I think, by Rebecca over on YouTube. And we are going to basically surface bead this fabric. I mean, it's just this little itty bitty heart, but I think it'll be fun. We're also going to do it in a bright red because our zipper, my zipper for the pouch is bright red. And with all this purple, I needed a way to bring that red into it, and just so that the zipper didn't seem so out there. So the little red heart, I think, will be good in that same color. I'm also using scrap fabric from the quilt. So this purple is scrap fabric from the quilt, as well as this other purple will be the back. And then this fun teal will be the lining. And then I have this other purple that will be for the little zipper tabs that we'll do. So that's coming up, but first we gotta finish up the heart. Just quickly, here are the mugs. So this Koala Love mug is available, and the proceeds of that will go to Australians for Animals. This actually more than this week. The mugs and the t-shirts, and I also have these cute little onesies. Those I'm going to leave up on the website, so even if you purchase after this week, I will still donate any proceeds from these to Australians for Animals, so I think the onesie turned out pretty dang awesome. They come in different colors too. The shirt comes in blue, yellow, and white, and this is yellow, gray, and white. And then this one is the commemorative mug that actually has a little bit of the quilt, finished quilt right on there, and info about the quilt. So if you worked on the quilt, that would be a super nice one. And then please check out the auction as well. All right, you guys, let's get going on this. This is also like a super duper duper soft t-shirt. I think I've been trying to keep it all nice and clean for this week, but after this week, I'll be wearing that a lot, I think. Okay, let's check out what I got here first. So I'm going to scooch down here while we do the embroidery tonight. And one of the things we were looking at last night is stitching this with red. You might see I got my caboodles. So these and my tackle box. I actually have several more of these. This beading was from, like, I'm telling you, like 25 years ago, which is crazy town to me. That just seems like so long ago. This one got all mixed up, but I do have red in here. We'll use the red for the heart. And then I had these little kind of pearly beads that I thought we could go in the whites of the eye. But last night we gave that a little test, like we just laid them here like that, and I don't know if I liked that pearly color, so I went back to the basement where all this lives and got, this one's a little less unorganized, but this had just like some bright white in, and I thought maybe just plain white would be better than the pearly. And I actually, looking at that, I do think it's better. Let me get up close for you guys. I think, you know what it looks like to me? His, the bright white just looks like he has bright, shiny eyes. This little, pearl one looks like he was kind of staring at the computer too long. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of glazed over with this little, sparkle in his eyes. So I think I'm going to go with this bright white. And I actually think these are maybe a hair smaller beads as well. So I just wanted to audition those beads. I think we are going to go with this white, but we'll do that after the heart. Okay, some other things that I have here. I'm like discovering all of this in my hidden craft world in the basement. Crafts that I haven't done in a while, and this beadwork is one of those crafts. In here I have needles, but they are, I mean, they're totally bent, but they are my beading needles from back in the day when I did, in high school, or junior high really, when I did a lot of beading. They are so thin, super duper thin. The eye is so small, because it has to fit through, beads have to fit through it. And it's a little flexible as well in case I need to get around beads and that sort of thing. Obviously, I've bent this one all crazy, but it's still going to work. So I got a beading needle. Let's see, I got one more. Maybe that one's a little bit straighter. All right, that one's a little bit straighter. We'll use that one. Really any needle that's sharp that can go through your fabric or your leather or whatever you're using, that can fit through a bead is going to work. So that's the key. I mean, that eye has to fit through the bead. I don't think our embroidery needles would do that, but potentially our straw needles might be able to fit through. But this is like specifically a bead needle. All right. I think one other thing too is I don't really have a bowl or anything to put beads in, so I do have this little case that I have my Wonder Clips in. I think I'm going to just dump some beads on the top there. Let's just start there, because I'm going to just pick the red ones out of here. So this hopefully will help so these don't like fly everywhere. All right, let's just go like that, my little beads. And I think I'm just going to use my 50 weight thread here. I do have some kind of specific beading thread, but this was kind of a better color. I'm kind of trying to blend the color into the background. So we'll see that. Gina says, geez, you must be my daughter's age. She is a caboodle. Man, this is like an OG caboodles for sure. I wonder what's on the other side. I'm a little scared to flip it. Because all my beads are all perfect there. Oh, more beads. Okay, so... Oh, funny. Okay, so I did make a lot of these daisy chain things. Do you guys remember these? I made a lot of these, but the most thing I did was woven, like on a loom, where I did like woven beading. Oh gosh, that sounds like fun. I would do that again. This one kind of depicts the daisy chain a little bit more. So it's like a flower with leaves and the little center. Ugh! Maybe I was trying to make a ring out of this or something. This seems pretty small. It'd be kind of cute. That's very, 90s are back, right? I should make some rings. That's fun. Anyway, some crazy earring bits in here and stuff. I don't know what my plan was with all these, but anyway, kind of fun digging in this stuff. But these, I think, were my favorite beads. I just love how matte and pretty they are. I gotta make something with these at some point. Oh, we got our bugle beads. Gotta have those. All right, anyway. I have another one of these, and then these are actual tackle boxes from Fleet Farm. I went to Fleet Farm specifically for tackle boxes for my beads. I do remember that. All right, I'm gonna thread my needle. You know what? I think I might do... Well, let's just get a cut here first. So, full disclosure, I have not done surface beading like this in about 25 years, so this will be fun. All right, I'm gonna wax this thread right away. I think that'll be good. Oh yeah, in all my spare time, I'll do tons more beading work. Exactly. Clean. All right. I think all my thread, my beading thread, I think this is really all it was. I think it was just a waxed cotton like this, so we're just waxing it after. All right. So to start, I think I'm going to do the loop method. Oh, look, one already escaped from me. What the heck? Get on there. Ugh, this might be a disaster. The vacuum will have fun work if it ends up being like that. Oh wait, the loop method. I was thinking I'd do the loop method of starting, because then we can just hook this little bit of thread. I do have another way that will work, but the loop method would require me threading both of these through this tiny, tiny needle, and I'm not quite sure I'll be able to do that, but let's give it a go. Oh my god, it's the smallest needle ever. Okay. Ugh, we got it. I mean, look how small this is. Let me show you, actually. Let's get Zeb out here. I want to show you the different size of these needles. So here's my normal, like, embroidery needle size. It's got that big eye. This is the beading needle. It is, like, itty bitty 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 bitty, but long. So that's nice. Okay. So we are going to do that loop method, and I think, you know what, I might just do a loop. Let's see. I am going to go in the same hole, though, I think. You know what? We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to just do a little back stitch here. We're going to go over this, so I don't think it's going to matter. I'm kind of winging it here. I want to go through this loop, but the loop method doesn't really work when you go through the same hole, and I really wanted to go through the same hole, so I'm just going a little further up and just kind of holding it in place. We're going to stitch over that little stitch I just made, but I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm going to grab... Let's start with, I'll start with three beads, but I might go down to 2, just because we are doing such a small spot. This is a very small space to do beading in, so I think we're just barely going to get things to fit. I'm going to have to pay attention to how to fit beads in the space in between, but we'll see. So I'm just using my needle here, and I'm grabbing I'm going to grab my 3 red beads. I feel like I'm organizing though because, I have all these other colored beads and I'm separating the red from it. At some point these got all mixed up in that tackle box. Okay, so I'm going to pull these beads down to the surface here. Oh yeah, we're going to have to switch to even 1 bead real soon because we got to get around these small little arcs. So you see how this kind of, I want these to like lay flat on our line right there. You can kind of see my blue line. So right where they're kind of laying flat, I'm going to put a stitch. So I'm going to come down. It's almost like doing like a forward stitch a little bit. All right, so those first little guys are down. I'm actually going to come up at the beginning again. So there are several ways to do this. I YouTubed it a little bit before doing this, and there's several ways to do it. So, all right, this is how I'm going to do it tonight, though. So I'm going to go through all 3 again. I think when I used to do it, I would only go through 2 when I did 3, but we're going to go through all 3. So this is our second time through. And now I'm actually going to grab more beads. I'm only going to grab 2 this time, though, just because we are working in a small little space. So let's grab 2. And now we're going to just do the same thing. We're going to put it on the end. And I'm going to go down where it lies, where it lays flat on the surface there. There we go. And now I'm going to come back up at those 2. You always want to just add a little bit more. You want to like double up the security. So that's why we're going through them again versus just once. All right, I think we'll do just 1 so we can get around this curve. So the trick is well, we'll start with just going around the edge. The trick is, this is a small space and I need to be able to put a row of stitches in between the outline. If I do more than just the outline, we'll do 1 more. Oop, I gotta come up first. Come up through the back. Go through there. Oh my gosh, this feels so nostalgic. Man, that's a hard word for me. I did so much of this. I'm telling you, back in the day, I could have, if I had this koala design, I could have done a whole, like, beaded bracelet with it on, like, just all beads. It would have been so cute. This might be cute with just an outline, but I think we'll fill it in all the way. All right, I think I got 1 more to get down to the middle of the... I'm just going to go down right away to get to the point of the heart here. All right, I think that'll do. And then I'm going to work my way back up around. I think I've left enough space in the gap here for more beads, so I think we're good there. All right, let's do 2 again. So I think if I had all the same color here, I could just run my beading needle like that and probably catch a whole bunch. Oh yeah, thanks you guys for answering questions if there's questions on. It looks like somebody might have some questions just because I haven't been up. Have you ever wove beads? I wove a lizard once. Okay, Sylvia, that is hilarious that you said that because I was looking through all this stuff going down in my beating memory lane, I suppose, today, and I did find one of those lizards, so I definitely did those lizards too. Actually, I wonder if it's in the back of this tackle box. Let's see. I gotta peek. Oh, I have a lot of... Oh, I don't have any here, but I have, like, porcupine quills and stuff like that for, like, earrings back in the day. Here's some skeins still. Some pretty metallic-y looking skeins. Bugle beads. Jeez. Whole pile of stuff. It's fun. I like all that stuff, but I did find one of those lizards for sure. So that had to be a thing. Alright, I'm going around the heart. I'm just doing one bead because it's just that curve again. I think this is turning out cute though. I think this will look like a heart when we're done. Not just a blob of beads. At least I hope. Oh yeah, hooked to a keyring. Yep. Yep. Totally made those. For sure. Oh, God. I used to have that loom. I still have it, too. I should pull that out again. Again, like I need another thing around. Unfinished. Ooh, this bead... Oh, there. It just had some dust on. But that beading loom, I used to make bracelets in junior high with people's names on and stuff like that. That was fun. I don't think I ever did, but that was the plan, to make earrings out of the porcupine quills. Dances with Wolves was it was that around that time, I think, when Dances with Wolves came out, and I think I have enough for 2 beads here. I think we got into that quite a bit, and there was this store that I liked that had beads, and they were selling those or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so we have our outline of the heart. That's looking pretty dang cute. Aw, that's kind of sweet. So I think, I'm going to try and fill this with beads too, I think. Not quite sure how to approach that. I suppose just start another row. A row this way, and then there's probably only enough to fill in that space. Okay, so I'm going to do 3. One, 2, 3. But we're basically just doing kind of like back stitches here, so this is no different than any other embroidery, really. You just need a needle and thread small enough. Oop, got a little twist in there. Small enough to go through beads. Other than that, it's not a very big leap to this. Get in there. Going through again kind of straightens them all out a little bit too, which is nice. All right, I think I only have room for 1 more. Okay. Could have probably just done 4. Come here. There we go. We're going to have just enough thread too, which is good. All right, get in there. All right, I'm going to go over that 1. Yeah, I think this is turning out really fun. And like I said, I haven't done this in probably 25 years. Ah, but it is really fun right now. All right, I'm gonna try and go right in the middle here. It seems like I'm gonna have space for one more, so I don't know. Let's get the three in here and then see if I have to fill a little space. See if I can fit one little bead in there. But I think this red is gonna look great with our red zipper. So this is all that we have left for the stitching. After this, I'm gonna get to the sewing this into a pouch. All right, cute. Let's go through that again. And I think we are going to try, I'm going to put one more in the middle there. We'll see. Maybe if I think I can fit one more in there. I'm going to put one more in after I go through these three. We'll go back down to the back. And I think we can get one little guy in here. Ugh, get away from me. There. All right, it's a little bit like just a little beaded blob, but I think we get the idea. I think we can kind of understand that's a little heart there. All right, I'm gonna, I think, just wrap around some thread in the back here and tie it into a knot, and I'm hoping that'll be fine. There we go. Ooh, I forget this needle's super long. A little harder to tie a knot then. All right, good enough. All right, before I lose that, let's stick it back into my little holder here. Let's get these beads back in. Now, in theory, I'd organize these beads back in, but since this is all a mess, I'm just going to kind of dump them all in here. Poor little mixed up beads. It's kind of sad that they're all mixed up. That's why it's nice to look at this one where it's not all mixed up. Pretty. Oh, speaking of, we have to do, I wanted to do the little eye, so let's snip this. Let's get two little white beads out of here. Forgot about this. And let's do the eye. And I think, let's do that loop method again. Come on, thread. And this should be easy enough. And I'm just gonna jump from one eye to the next, I think. All right, let's get my wax. Thanks again, everyone, for joining tonight. I know I haven't been looking up as much as usual. I'm peeking at your comments now. Oh, Colleen says it looks like a heart. Okay, good. Nolene says it's holding up a heart. Good needle. Put it away. Okay. It is fun to pull those beads out. Telling you, oh, I need both ends for this. This whole project has been just like a whole pile of things I've never done or have done maybe once or twice before. Kind of fun. Fun to put them all in one project. One small project. That's fine for one small project. All right, I want a little light. We're going for that little light part in the eye. I'm just going to loop it behind these stitches here. I think that'll be just fine. The backs of these black stitches. All right, let's come up just on the inside of this black, I think in the upper right-hand corner is what I'm going for. There we go. All right, let's grab one of these fellers. Yes, thanks for the reminder. So, you guys, I am giving this away. So, if you want the chance to win this, so there we go. We got a little light in his eyes there. For a chance to win this, to be entered to win this, basically, purchase any of the merch that we have. So that is either the pattern, the bundle for the pattern, this pattern here, plus, the rest of it, the body and the little baby koala. One of our 2 mugs, koala mugs, or a t-shirt, or the onesie. So or the donate more, really. We have a donate more button as well. So any of those, and you'll be this week, and you'll be entered in to win this when I'm done here. I'm just gonna kind of wrap around the back of the thread here. I'm not gonna tie a knot, and I think I'm gonna just actually jump through the nose to this other eye over here. Wrap around, and I think that'll be plenty good for me, and I'm almost out of thread again. So upper right hand corner again, or so, and we'll get that last little white bead. I think it's a fun little extra. It's like from far away it looks like he's got a little light in his eyes, right? That's kind of the thought. It's kind of funny, but I think if anything, it brings in the idea that we are doing beading too, so it doesn't make this seem so out of place, because it's happening in another spot. So I'm going to just go around that spot again. To just reinforce it. And we'll weave this in and tie it off. Just makes me laugh. Oh, sorry, here, I think I'm missing a question here. Remind us how much you increased. Okay, so I enlarged this 150%. So it's the original pattern with the koala and then the letter K on it. So if you've purchased the pattern, then that'll be in your email receipt. I enlarged it on the printer. So when I hit print, I just typed in, like, instead of like actual size or fit to page, there's like an area where you can type in a percentage, and I did 150%. That's specifically for the bag here, is at exactly 150%. All right, so I tied it in a little knot. I'm just gonna tuck in the thread a little bit, and now we're done with this thread. We'll snip that. Get the fuzzles away. I'm gonna put my needle away. And we are done with the embroidery. I'm gonna get the iron on. Take our needle minder off. And there we are. Cute. So I'm gonna take it out of the case here, or out of the embroidery hoop, and then we will press this and start making it into a little bag. So, all right, I'm going to get a little higher up here for the rest of this. Okay, so here we are. So I've left it in the hoop, so I'll probably have this little hoop mark on, but I'm hoping as we press and sew that will go away. Okay, let's get this out. So I don't have like my normal towel or anything like that. We did trace this with water-soluble marker. I might just dab, like when I'm done sewing the whole thing together, I might just dab it a little bit with a wet rag to get rid of the marker. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to press from the front around this outside. And I think we did press these other pieces. So after this, we're going to cut. So I'm doing this all kind of by eye, kind of Oh, are you guys wanting the other ear? I'm just gonna do this one ear like this, I think. Uh, this is how someone did it in the quilt. So kind of his head's tilted a little bit, so that other ear is kind of hidden, I feel like. So I'm just gonna do the one ear, if that's what you guys are. If that's what you guys are talking about. We're gonna do just the one ear. Oh, this presses very nicely. This fabric. So that's nice. Okay. I think that's fine. There we go. All right. So I think before I trim the size that we want for this bag, I mean, I don't know what size. I think first I would like it to at least be as long as the zipper, but I think I'm going to make the zipper ends first. So what that is just like a little extra little tab that I'm going to put over both sides of the zipper. Let's do that first, and then I'm going to cut all my pieces at the same time to whatever shape we want, I think. So let's start with step number 1. All right. So again, this is all fabric that was part of the quilt, just like extra fabric. So it's all goofy and weird. We are going to trim it up now. So we're making this pouch with no pattern. We are just going to kind of wing it as we go. And, I think that's totally fine. We're going to just make it work. So first thing, I'm measuring. My tape is like 1 inch wide. So for these tabs, I'm going to make them 1 inch wide. And ultimately what I'm trying to do is I'm going to make a folded edge like this. And this the fold part is going to go over our little zipper part right there. But it's going to be the same size of this. And then we can actually extend it as long as we want. It kind of depends on how big we want the bag to be. So I think typically what I do is about, I don't know, we could do like maybe 4 inches. We can always trim it down. So let's start. We're going to draft this pattern as we go. So I'm going to say everything out loud. Not that I don't always do that, but we're going to make a 1 inch by a 4 inch piece. We're going to do one side for this and one side by that. So that's about this big. So it'll extend over the end of the zipper a little bit. But again, we can trim that later. But that'll give us a little, I don't expect we'll make a bag bigger than that. So that's a good start. So 2 pieces that are 4 inches by 1 inch. I think we're just going to fold this in half. Let's just chop it off to start out with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, we're quite a bit over. So let's just get this excess out of the way. There. That'll make it a little easier. You know what? I'm going to even use my little spinny guy. My spinny guy and my ruler that I like a whole lot better. Let's plop him on here. I just folded it in half so I can get both at once. And I'm kind of putting both ends on one side here. And I'm going to trim that, but not without my glove. Get that cutting glove on. All right. There's one fuzzle. And I'm just going to rotate it. And let's do, you know what? I'm going to do like 1 1/4 inch, I think. This can be a little bit bigger than the zipper tape, and it'll just give us some leeway in case I sew really horribly. How about that? Or should I? You know what? I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to my 1 inch here. So I'm lining up the ruler at the 1 inch line. And let's trim off this excess. And then we'll cut 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll just stay exactly where I am here. That works. So I'm going to use this line and the other. Yeah, I should have maybe left a little bit of that cushion, but oh well. It's also been a long time since I've made one of these bags, but I think I get the concept of it still. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is going to be a little experiment too, I suppose. All right, I'm going to get my mat out again. So these should be my 4-inch strips. I'm going to press them so the wrong sides are together. I want the right sides out and looking pretty. So let's just press that fold. There, this is what you should have. You should have the good side out on both sides and then just fold it in half like that. Same thing here. Okay, the fronts and backs of this one are pretty close. Okay, there we are. So we are ready to sew now. What we're trying to do now is cover up this little nubbin. You actually don't really need to cover it up. You could have it a little further down, but I like covering it up just kind of like that. So the folded side you want towards the zipper like this. So underneath it's gonna look like this. We're just kind of extending the zipper a bit, just a hair. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, but we have to open it up a little bit. I'll probably stitch this shut just to hold it in place, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll sew right across this, and this is like a nylon zipper. You can sew right through it, and it should be fine. You shouldn't have to. It shouldn't break the needle, hopefully, or anything like that. So we'll just see. All right, let's just give it a go, you guys. Oh, you watched a tutorial today, and the girl had the same iron. That is one of my favorite tools I have for sewing, is that cordless iron. It's amazing. All right, so one thing of note tonight, we are also kind of gonna do something a little bit weird, a little bit abnormal for a zipper. I do not have a zipper foot for this sewing machine, and this is currently my only real working and available sewing machine. So normally we'd be able to sew right to the edge of this, right to the edge of the zipper, because a zipper foot basically doesn't have one side. So, you know, this foot has this and this foot has this side. Zipper foot doesn't have that. So you can go right up to the edge. We can't do that, so the closest we're going to get is about halfway through this zipper tape. But I think that's fine, because then it'll show off a little bit of the red. And that kind of works, I think, for this. Alright, so all we're really doing here, and I got this thing in the way, so I don't know how my machine's going to really deal with that either, but I want to sew kind of right on the edge here. We're like top stitching, right? Oh, I could change my thread color too, but I think we'll just stick to my natural tan that I have on here. You could pin this if you want, and really, why don't I actually do that? I have clips right here. Let's just... you don't want to stitch through this metal end, the metal stopper, so I'm putting it up a little higher. Let's just throw a clip right there so it doesn't like jiggle. Okay, let's try going like 1/8 of an inch, not even really, just top stitching as close to this fold as I can get. I think I should probably do some back stitches too. Ooh, keep going there. Oh, see it. Dang, the foot's getting stuck on my the metal stopper here. I'm gonna just try and push it through. I am going to go in reverse for just a tick, though, to kind of lock it in. All right, let's see how it does. I'm going to push it through, though. Come on. There, you made it, buddy. All All right, let's go in reverse again for a stitch or two. Yeah, it does not like being up this high, so hopefully it's fine. A zipper foot would have taken care of this. You know what? Let's throw another leader in here. I'm going to take this off. Just to get this off the machine here. This is for my leader and ender quilt. All right. All right, let's snip that. And so there you go. You have just the little bit of top stitching along there. So it's basically kind of like a flap, right? And what we're doing is we're basically extending the zipper. So we'll be able to see this on top, but it'll actually be kind of cute. So let's do the other side. And to start off though, I am going to just hold this end together and let's just sew, sew across here. Thought I should maybe have pinned, but I'm just gonna, well, I suppose I can just sew across the whole thing. So I'm doing that just so I can keep those ends together, because you know, there's nothing holding it there. There. So now the zipper tape is being held together just temporarily, so I can easily, or more easily I should say, put this guy on top. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to just sew through the zipper again. Let's just throw this in there. Oh, one thing to remember, and I'm glad I looked. Make sure that these are going on the top, so make sure your zipper is upright. Don't accidentally sew it on the back. I've done that before, so make sure we're gonna, after this whole entire period of stitching this, we're gonna have to know where this zipper always is and if it's open or shut. That's gonna be important later. But yes, so make sure you put it on the top of the tape. All right, let's sew through this. I feel like I'm a little crooked here. All right, let's see how it does on this side. Okay, a little bit better. Gonna go in a little in reverse there. Okay, get together, little guys. All right, and I'll in reverse. And I'll get another leader here. This is fun. I haven't made a little zipper pouch in a while. This is neat. Get that guy out of here. All right. So I think this will do. Okay, so here is what you should have now. I didn't get quite as close there, so I should have maybe stitched a little bit over. But there we go, our zipper pouch top. So when you open it, it will go to that fabric edge, and it'll also be stopped by the fabric here. But it's a nice way to extend. It's just like a cute little detail to have on the top. And it also is a way, if you want your pouch, your zipper pouch a little bit larger, a little way to extend it. So, all right, I think we'll just leave it kind of, I'm going to just leave it shut for now. That's going to have to change later, but just because it's straighter, I'm going to leave it shut for now. So let's take a look at, I'm going to get the cutting mat out and ready for us here, but let's just take a look at this and see what size we might want our whole zipper pouch. So again, we are drafting this as we go. Oh, I think this is a 9-inch zipper tape. Let's see. Yeah, 9 inch. So it measures from like from the one metal bit to the other metal bit, and that's 9 inches. So it's a 9 inch zipper tape is what I'm using. Oh yes. So next week, Rebecca will be working on the Aurifil block. All right. So first off, I'm gonna layer all of our pieces here just so that they're all ready, and I'm gonna cut these all at once. So these are gonna be our lining pieces. Ugh, they're both going in different directions, so that's a little odd. I mean, typically, well, maybe this is big enough. That's kind of small. So you can kind of see this goes in this direction, and this one's going to go in the horizontal in that direction, but that's a little weird, but that's what happens with scraps, and that's just how it's going to be. So, all right, let's match those up. And I'm just kind of going over an edge here. This will be the back of our, we'll go like this, the back of our piece. I might have to go like this. Gosh, this really isn't as big of a piece as I thought. Let's check out our zipper again. Okay, well, we don't have to have a super tall piece. If we trim the edge, we could go like that. Let's just kind of see what we might want the size that we might want this. So let's just kind of center it. If this guy's here, I don't know, kind of like this. I mean, that's kind of a cute size, right? I think kind of like this. And that would go down about here. Okay, we're within my thread area here, so that's good. So let's just maybe measure. How about that? There to there. Okay, so that's about 10 inches. Maybe that's too big. 9.5 would be about there. So we could do 10 inches, and then once it's sewn, it would end up being 9.5 inches. That's about this size. That's kind of big, but that's pretty, right? I think so. So I think I'm going to actually cut this guy on his lonesome, and then the rest of them I'll just cut out the size that I need, like whatever we cut this guy to. So a little change in plan there. First of all, let's see how close do we want it, the zipper. I think maybe like so. So let's cut that edge first. Maybe like right there. I don't know. Let's start a little lower. Ooh, I'm getting nervous. It's the cutting time. So we got to remember that we're going to lose 1/4 of an inch wherever we do. Okay, so it'll be here, and then I'm thinking like a longer pouch. I think right here. So I did move it down a little bit, but maybe I'll start a little higher, and then we can decide. So I'm adding another extra 1/4 inch, and then we can see if we like it or not. Okay. All right, so again, we'll lose 1/4 inch on the top here. I don't know, that's pretty cute. Why don't we leave it there? I'm going to cut the bottom, I think, now. So what about on this line here? So we'll lose 1/4 inch there. All right, I think I need to add like 1/2 inch here, because we'll lose 1/4 inch there. That's not bad, right? You know, we could actually just measure. How far from the top is he? So he's about 2 inches. We could go about 2 inches, which is about here. Ooh, that's kind of low, though, don't you think? I think let's delete a 1/4 inch from there. All right, I'm going right there. Decision made. All right. Gotta commit. Gotta commit at some point, right? Oh, yeah, I think we could have done a boxed bottom, but I think I'm just going to do like a flat zipper pouch. I think those are kind of cute. All right, so this, I want this guy to be in the center at least. So let's cut one side. What did we say? We said like 9.5 inches we wanted this. Okay, we're at 11.5 now. So I'm going to just kind of trim where I think it looks nice here. Let's just go about here. Then we're going to lose a 1/4 inch. I think that's fine. Like I said, we got to just decide at some point. Okay, so now just kind of the same edge here. So that's about 2.5. 2.5 here would be about the 1/2 inch point. And does that seem the same? I think we're going to go another 1/4 inch down. Eyeballing this puppy. Okay, I'm going to cut it here, and then we'll see if it looks equal. And decide if we'll adjust at that point. Oh, that looks nice. That looks centered pretty well, don't you think? Oh, I'm standing right now. That's a good question, Amy. I don't think I ever sit and cut at the same time. I always cut so I'm like above it. So I'm definitely not sitting. I don't think I've ever sat and cut. I'm always standing like right above like this. I think sitting I can't get the right pressure on the ruler. I need that top, like that direct top down pressure on the ruler. All right, I think this is looking awfully cute. And the zipper will be like so. So obviously we will trim this a little bit, and we could do that now too, really, but I think we'll just leave them hanging out for now. Oh, it's gonna be cute. All right, so what is our final size here so we can cut all the other pieces the same size? We are 6 3/4. Oh, by 10 1/4. So we did go a little bit bigger. So 6 3/4 by 10 1/4. All right, now let's get these other fellers working for us. Okay. I'm going to start, I think, with just getting this edge nice. I'm a little nervous about having enough this way. Did we even have 10? We don't have a 10 1/4 with this. Do we have it this way? Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. Change it up. We're going this direction. Oh, man. So is this really 10 1/4 here? That can't be it. That can't be enough. Oh, it is down here. Huh. All right. You know what? This piece is trouble. Let's start by... I'm just going to trim a sort of straight edge here. I don't think that's a good idea. This piece just might not be big enough. 10 1/4. Oh wait, but it was 10 1/4 and then 6 1/4. So how far down is this? Quite a bit yet. All right, we might have to make this guy a little bit smaller, which I don't necessarily want to do. All right, fine. I'm doing it this way. We're gonna live with it. Oh gosh, glove. Oh, thanks, Colleen. That's helpful. All right, let's veer that off. Okay, so now I have a straight edge here. Let's get a straight edge here and then see where we're at. This is where that nice big square omni-grid ruler would be helpful. Maybe my other square ruler will work. Okay. So ideally, we're going 10 1/4 here. All right, yep, I'm gonna get the square ruler out. So 10 1/4 and 6 in. Let's just measure again. 10 1/4, 6 3/4. Okay. 10 1/4. Except this ruler doesn't have those measurements on here. Arg. I'm gonna have to place a ruler on top of this stupid ruler just to get that 1/4 inch measurement. This is why I'm saying I need new rulers. This guy's dumb. All right. So that's 10 1/2. We need 10 1/4. By 6 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. We totally have enough fabric. That makes me happy. But again, I don't have a functioning ruler. So 3/4 1/4. 10 1/4. Down a little. All right, well, I think we're good enough here. Let's do it. 6 3/4 by our 10 1/4. Whew, goodness, we did it. That was kind of stressful. So this is little, I mean, working with these scrap fabrics, you know, it's tough, the measuring, at least for me. So, all right, this should be the same size now. Okay, good. We have a front and a back. That's a good start. I'm going to have to press that again. So that's the front and the back. Now we need to do the same thing here, although this should be a whole lot easier. And I don't think we did have enough. Nah, that's not enough to do the same piece. So this I'm going to just try and cut with my mat here. All right. I'm just going to cut an edge, and then I'm going to cut 10 1/4, and then I'm going to rotate it. Cutting glove. You're holding my breath, just to make sure. Just to make sure. You know, it's the math of it all, and yeah, I'm kind of done with that ruler. You know what? I'm gonna officially go start checking out rulers. Like I said, I do really like this OmniGrid one because the dots are so small that I can see my fabric really well through it, and it has all the markings. It has everything on here. It even has the diagonal, so I love this thing. Whereas this, I mean, oops, this was meant for, I don't know, to stitch this block. So this was specific for a block. I didn't really know that at the time. But look, there's no markings on it at all. I can't measure a 1/4 inch when there's nothing there but the inches. But sometimes you just want a nice square ruler. All right, I'm literally just going to count and use my mat to measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1/4. We've succumbed to using the mat ruler, which is fine, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like that's a faux pas in quilt land to use the ruler or the lines on the mat. I think people just typically think that the rulers, like the acrylic rulers, are more accurate, so those should just be used, but I'm doing it this way tonight. Alright, so 6 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/4. There we are. Okay, so we have all of our pieces ready here. So it is 9:40 already, so we've gone over quite a bit. So I think maybe we'll finish this on Monday? I don't know. We could keep going, but I suspect we'll be here for like another hour working on this. But we have all the parts at least now. Next up, we sew the lining and the front to the zipper, and then we do the same with the back, and then we sew all the way around. Yep, I think you guys, we will finish this on Monday. I think that'll be fine because Monday is the last day of the auction, so it makes sense that we still work on this on the last day. But I'm excited. We're like definitely in the last part of it. We have all our parts cut. We have our zipper prepped with the tabs and everything on already. Next time on Monday, it'll just be a lot of pinning, a lot of clipping, and some sewing. You know, again, without my zipper foot, so we're going to be quite a ways away from the zipper, but I think that'll be cute, ultimately. I think this whole thing is going to be pretty dang cute. I like the lining. It's going to be good. All right, so I think we will end it there for the night. All right, so I think this is a good stopping point, really, getting all these pieces together. We did that bead embroidery at the beginning, and just having the zipper prepped, that's going to be super duper helpful. It's going to be just assembling the whole thing, past the whole cutting thing. No more cutting. But here you go, you guys. This is fun finishing this. I think that beading is going to be like a nice extra touch, especially for like a purse like this, a little zipper pouch. I think it's going to be just cute. Yeah, and we'll definitely finish this Monday. Monday is also the last day of the auction. So please bid on the quilt yet. And again, any of the merch, any of the mugs, or the t-shirts and those sort of things, those will also go to the Australians for Animals. It'll be part of our donation that we do with the auction that we'll be sending to them on Tuesday, probably right after the auction's done. So great. So thanks again, you guys. We will finish this up on Monday and it'll be fun. And then after that, we'll start the Aurifil block. And that looked pretty fun too. That was a pretty cute one. All right, have a fabulous weekend, everyone. It was nice hanging out again with you guys tonight. Good night.